Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're good. I came live a few minutes ago and it was a disaster. I wasn't able to copy paste the text on the screen. So we will be live just for like maybe 10 minutes because I was trying to record a video on TikTok for a short lesson. Then I noticed that actually it's not that short, it could be a little longer. So I thought, okay, it's 1:15, but I still want to come live and give you the lesson because I really wanted to give it. Okay, so yalla. As I always tell you, when it's a lesson, it's a Lebanese Arabic lesson, and Lebanese is the Levantine dialect. So, yalla, go grab a piece of paper, pencil, whatever, and let's begin. So we're going to talk about different ways of saying I prefer something something, or my favorite is something something, okay? I will still try to copy paste the text if it works. No, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't want to copy paste it. If anyone has an idea, let me know. Otherwise, Francis will paste it. Okay, so يلا وين التكست؟ Wait, I'm waiting for my friend to copy paste the text. Okay, so meanwhile, it's not working. Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Wait, let's see. Why? It's so weird. I used to do it before. Ya Allah. And questions? What questions? No, I can't. Where? Okay. Why can't I see it? What do you mean question mark below? The question mark below? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yalla. So whoever, but we need to pin the comment. How do we do that? Tap a question. Okay, I will tap the question to answer it. Okay, and then we can try to paste. No, okay, no. خلاص يلا, the question is there. Okay, طيب, let's begin. So usually in English, if you want to talk about something that is your favorite something, you say, for example, my favorite drink, okay? My favorite house. So you're putting my before the word favorite, okay? My favorite house, my favorite friend, my favorite food, okay? In Arabic, what we are doing is, we're not saying my favorite, we're saying my food, the favorite, my friend, the favorite, my house, the favorite, my whatever drink, the favorite. Okay, so here if you check the question that Francis pasted, it says بيتي المفضل. Okay, so what we are actually doing is we're taking the word bait, which means house, and then I'm putting the e in the end, which makes it بيتي, my house. Okay, so بيتي, my house, and then I have to say the favorite, المفضل. So مفضل means favorite, المفضل means the favorite. So بيتي المفضل, and then you maybe say هيدا, this. Okay, but I'm not going to pronounce it بيتي المفضل like that. We will pronounce it with a liaison. بيت المفضل, and then you say it. Okay, everybody say out loud with me. بيت المفضل. You can say هو, which, like, by the way, هو means he, But here it's playing the role of is, because in Arabic we don't have is. So instead of is, which is a verb to be, I can use the personal pronoun, which is huwe or he. If the object is masculine, I say huwe. If the object, oh my god, look at my hair. If the object is feminine, I say هي. Okay, so بيت المفضل هو هيدا. Okay, is this. Okay, now there is another way of saying the same thing. You can say the most house I love is, and then you mention it. Okay, the most house I love is. So how does that work? So I will start by using the word أكتر, which means most. Sometimes in other contexts it also means more. So أكتر. أكتر بيت literally means most house. Okay, so I'm not saying the most. We're not saying الأكتر. No, we're just saying أكتر بيت, most house. And then the structure is a bit weird. You say most house I like is blah blah blah, but in Arabic we say it in a different way. We will say most house I like it is blah blah blah. Okay, so how does that work? We said أكتر بيت, and then بحب means I like or I love. بحب. So because the word bit is masculine, guys, check the text on the screen. Okay, I'll copy paste it later on in the comment box. Because the word house, bit, is masculine, we're gonna say I like him. بحبه. Okay, so that's why you have the letter he, which is silent in the end, and the dhamma on the be before, as you can see in the text. Okay, so أكتر بيت بحبه. So we're literally saying most house I like him. Okay, which translates as I like it. Most house I like it. Okay, أكتر بيت بحبه. Say out loud with me. أكتر بيت بحبه هو. Again, هو literally means he, but it's playing the role of verb to be, which means is in this context. So أكتر بيت بحبه هو, most house which I like it is, and then maybe you can show it هو هيدا. Okay, understood so far? So these are the two ways you can talk about your favorite things. I'm going to give multiple examples now. So let's repeat the two sentences. You can start by saying my house, the favorite is بيت المفضل هو هيدا. My favorite house is this one. Or you can say أكتر بيت بحبه هو هيدا. The most house which I like it is this one. Okay, so we talked about a house. Let's talk about a restaurant. Okay, actually I was now in a restaurant that I like, so I'm going to call it my favorite restaurant. So restaurant بالعربي مطعم. There is a عين. مطعم, restaurant. So if you want to say my favorite restaurant is, you say my restaurant the favorite. So how do we say that in Arabic? We will say مطعم. Guys, the text is here, okay? So maybe it's not behind me, maybe I'm not showing you, but read it on the screen. And I'll leave it in the comment box to those of you who are not watching it live, okay? Thank you, Francis. So مطعم المفضل. So I'm saying my restaurant مطعم which means the, and then مفضل, favorite. So together with the liaison, I'm going to pronounce it مطعم. You see how I'm doing the link? مطعم instead of saying مطعم المفضل. Okay, so مطعم المفضل هو. Again, هو here doesn't mean he. It's playing the role of verb to be, which doesn't exist in Arabic, and it's translating as is. So مطعم المفضل هو, for example, Ivy, just the name of the restaurant. Okay, so say it out loud with me. مطعم المفضل هو Ivy. I actually can say in another way. I can say Ivy, the name of the restaurant. You can put the name of the restaurant first, Ivy, and then you can just say مطعم المفضل is my favorite restaurant. So in that case, I don't say Ivy هو مطعمي المفضل. You can, but it's not necessary, okay? You can just say Ivy مطعمي المفضل or Ivy هو مطعمي المفضل, okay? Now, the other method to say my favorite restaurant is most restaurant which I like it is, and then you mention it. So in that case, I'm gonna say again the same structure. Read it with me. Let's read it together. أكتر, which means most. مطعم, which means restaurant. So أكتر مطعم. And then بحب means I love. بحبه means I love him, which here translates as I love it. So أكتر مطعم بحبه. Most restaurant I like it. هو is, and then you mention the name. So in this case I'm gonna say أكتر مطعم بحبه هو Ivy. Okay, so most restaurant I like it is Ivy. So these were masculine words. We are gonna do 2 feminine words. It's gonna work in the same way, but some pronunciations are gonna change. So if I want to say my favorite food is, okay, now the word food in general is أكل, okay, it's a masculine word. But when I say أكل with a T مربوطة, it's a feminine word, means like a platter, a type of food, okay, so it's feminine. It's not أكل in general, eating or food, okay, it's a food, a platter, a type of food, okay. So in this case, I'm gonna say my food, the favorite, again. Now, how am I gonna pronounce my food? We have the word أكل, which has a I sound in the end, with a silent T مربوطة, silent T. Now, if I want to say my food, usually if I want to say my, I add in the end the ye, which means my. So am I going to pronounce it أكله? Can I say that? Of course not. So we're gonna then pronounce the T مربوطة. Oh my god, have you ever seen me that quiet? Well, it's 1:30 a.m. I guess even sometimes 1:30 a.m. I'm much more full of energy. خلاص, today I'm quiet. يلا. So, what was I saying? Okay, so if you want to say my food, we're not going to pronounce it أكله plus a, أكله. That would be wrong. Anytime you have a word finishing with a T مربوطة, whatever word it is, if you're attaching a suffix to it, يعني in the end you're attaching a letter, you have to end up pronouncing the T مربوطة. So we're not going to say أكله, we're going to say, pronounce it with me, أكلت, أكلت. So notice I'm pronouncing the T plus adding the ye in the end, which means my. And the ye in Lebanese Arabic is always pronounced as a sound at the end of the word, 100% of the times. You can say أكلتي, but it's not like a Lebanese accent. The E in the end of words, always pronounce it as a when it comes to Lebanon, okay? So أكلت, my food. أكلت. Now, the word مفضل, we said favorite. Now, if I want to use the word مفضل in the feminine form, I have to say مفضل. Say with me out loud. مفضل. Okay? مفضل. 4 syllables. Now, if I want to say my food, the favorite, I have to say المفضل, the favorite. المفضل. Now, the whole thing together will be أكلت, my food, the مفضل. So, with a liaison, I'm not going to say أكلت and then pause and then say المفضل. We will do a link. We will say أكلت المفضل. Let's say it slowly. أكلت المفضل. أكلت المفضل. My food, the favorite. And now, if I want to say is, we said in Arabic we don't have is. But what we can say is he or she. In this case, because it's a feminine word, I'm gonna say أكلتي المفضلة هي. هي means she, but here it translates as is because we don't have a verb to be in Arabic. So I say أكلتي المفضلة هي ما بعرف المجدرة. Okay, it's not, but like I just thought about the word. مجدرة is like lentil with some rice, Lebanese dish. Okay, so أكلتي المفضلة هي الملوخية. I actually like ملوخية. Okay, now I can say even without the هي, I can say أكلتي المفضلة الملوخية or الملوخية أكلتي المفضلة, but I just have a feeling it's better to say أكلتي المفضلة هي الملوخية, or if you want to reverse it, you don't need the هي, you can say الملوخية أكلتي المفضلة. Okay, so that's a feminine word. Let's use another feminine word. Okay, first, before we use another feminine word, let's say how the food I like most is blah blah blah. So in Arabic we're gonna say most food which I like it is blah blah blah. Okay, so how are we gonna say that? أكتر, which we said before, means most, right? أكتر أكلة. Actually, guys, you know what I realized? This is the first time my lighting is like the nearest to normal, okay? Because I realized instead of putting the light in front, it's better to put it in the back. So maybe it's starting to work after 7 years. Okay, so I still have a small light which I bought from Amazon. Okay, so أكتر أكلة بحبها. So أكتر means most or more. In this context, it means most. أكتر. And then we have the word أكلة, يعني food or a meal or a platter. So أكتر أكلة. Most. Guys, are you saying with me or just watching? Yalla, say out loud. Okay? I'm not here just to say on my own. You have to be like a parrot. Okay? So أكتر أكلة. Most food. أكتر أكلة. Now, am I gonna say بحبه like we were saying with بيت or when we were saying with مطعم? Of course not, because بيت and مطعم were masculine. So now, because أكلة is feminine, we're gonna say بحبها. So we're literally saying I love her, which translates as I love it. So basically what you're saying is most food which I love her is blah blah blah. You see, it makes no sense, the structure in English, but in Arabic it does. Everything makes sense in Arabic, okay? So let's repeat. أكتر, يلا read with me, it's on the screen. أكتر أكلة بحبها هي, and then you mention, okay? So let's say together again. أكتر أكلة, most food, بحبها, I love her. أكتر أكلة بحبها هي, which means she, but here it translates as is, هي الملوخية, the ملوخية, okay? So Ento, tell me, what's your favorite food? We're gonna ask it in the end in Arabic, but you can tell me, my food, the favorite is, write it in Arabic if you want, okay? So, bravo. So, أكتر أكلة بحبها هي الملوخية. The most food which I like it, or which I like her, is the ملوخية, okay? أكتر أكلة بحبها هي الملوخية. Okay. Now, let's use another word, معلمة. Of course, you're gonna say me. So, you have to say my teacher, the favorite. First of all, the word teacher, female teacher, is معلمة. Again, it has a silent T, which is the silent T مربوطة. So usually the words that have a T مربوطة, although the T is silent, how can you guess the word has a T مربوطة? You can guess it because the word usually not usually, always, finishes either with the sound A or E. Actually, this is how you can guess if a word is feminine or masculine if you don't know how to read and write Arabic. If it's finishing with the A or E sound, 99.99% of the times, it's a feminine word. Okay? So, معلمة, you see it's finishing with the A sound. That's why you can guess it's a feminine word. It has a T مربوطة that's silent. Silent T. So we write it معلمت, but we don't pronounce it معلمت. We pronounce it معلمة. Now, Sometimes we pronounce the te marbuta when, just like I mentioned earlier, when I want to attach a letter at the end of the word, يعني a suffix, okay? In this case, a pronoun, okay? A possessive pronoun. And the possessive pronoun in Arabic, specifically with the Lebanese accent, it's the letter ye pronounced as a e. So, again, if I want to say my teacher, I'm not going to say معلمة with the e plus another e. It becomes معلمة. That's wrong. What we do is we have to pronounce the te marbuta, and we actually drop the first e, and it becomes, say with me, معلمت. Okay, I'll say it slower. Say with me, معلمت. معلمت. My teacher, female teacher. معلمت. Now I'm going to say my teacher, the favorite, which translates as my favorite. I said 10 minutes, okay? It's been already 20 minutes. We need 10 more minutes. So, if I want to say my teacher, the favorite, I say معلمت, and then we're going to say which means the مفضلة, the favorite. المفضلة, the favorite. Sorry, the first one was favorite. المفضلة, the favorite. So together, all together with the liaison, it's going to be معلمت المفضلة. Let's say it slowly. معلمت المفضلة. Almost like one word in 7 syllables. معلمت المفضلة. Say it with me. I'll say it very slowly. معلمت المفضلة. Okay? My teacher, the favorite. هي, which means she, but again, as we said, it translates as is. معلمت المفضلة هي, my favorite teacher is شغيق, of course. Or you can say, most teacher I like her is, and then you mention. So you're going to say, أكتر معلمة. So here, when you're saying most teacher, you're not saying most my teacher. No, you're saying most teacher. أكتر, most, معلمة, teacher. أكتر معلمة. Now you're going to say, I like her. Most teacher I like her is blah, blah, blah. You see the structure? Not so logical. In English, in Arabic, very logical. So, أكتر معلمة, most teacher. بحبها, I love her or I like her. أكتر معلمة بحبها هي is, and then you mention. So, most teacher I like is, the most teacher I like is, for example, شغيق. You say أكتر معلمة بحبها هي شغيق. Okay? So, that's how you say what you prefer or what you like most. Okay? Now, if you continue, now we did the sentences. Let me repeat them. بيت المفضل هو هيدا. This is my favorite house. I'm saying it faster now because we were saying it very slowly earlier, okay? So you can watch the video later on. أكتر بيت بحبه هو هيدا. Most house I like is this one. Sentence number 3. مطعم المفضل هو Ivy. My favorite restaurant is Ivy. Or أكتر مطعم بحبه هو Ivy. Most restaurant which I like it is Ivy. We also moved to feminine words and we said أكتر أكل بحبها هي المجدرة. Most food I like is the مجدرة. Or أكلتي المفضلة هي المجدرة. My food, the favorite, is the مجدرة. Okay? Now, if you want to ask someone about their preference or their favorite, there are multiple ways we can ask the question. The first question here is okay, which house do you prefer? أي بيت. So which in Arabic, يلا read it in the comment, okay? أي, which means which. أي بيت, which house. أي بيت بتفضل, you, masculine, prefer. بتفضل. Okay, so here we're using a verb. Which house do you prefer? أي بيت بتفضل. If I want to ask a girl, I don't say بتفضل, I say بتفضلي. أي بيت بتفضلي. Which house do you prefer? And then you say بفضل blah blah blah, بفضل blah blah blah. Or the same structure we said before. بيت المفضل هو XYZ, okay? But when somebody asks you أي بيت بتفضل or أي بيت بتفضلي, you can of course answer and say بفضل, I prefer, and then you're more than welcome. Tell me your names before you comment so that I know your names, because you only have your nicknames, papi. Okay? So, بفضل, I prefer, and then you answer. Now, you can ask in the same way about the teacher. أي معلمة بتفضل? Which teacher do you prefer? If, oh, Kevin, like my nephew. أي معلمة بتفضلي? Which teacher do you prefer? You're asking a girl. Now, you can ask it in a different way. Who is your favorite teacher? مين. Who? مين. Now you're gonna say your teacher, the favorite. So, just like we were saying my teacher, معلمتي, your teacher is the ak in the end. معلمتك, with the tak in the end. معلمتك, your teacher, if I'm talking to a guy. معلمتك, your teacher, if I'm talking to a girl. So, who's your teacher, the favorite? Let's say it together. مين معلمتك, your teacher, the مفضلة, the favorite, feminine. مين معلمتك المفضلة? Say it with me. I'll say it very slowly and then faster. مين معلمتك المفضلة. Of course, nobody speaks like that in life, you know that. مين معلمتك المفضلة? I'm asking a guy. If I'm going to ask a girl, I have to say معلمتك with the ik in the end. مين معلمتك المفضلة? مين معلمتك المفضلة? Who's your teacher, the favorite? يعني who's your favorite teacher? We also have, I wrote here, what's your favorite food? شو. What? شو أكلتك, your food. If I'm asking a guy, أكلتك. يلا, read with me on the screen. أكلتك, your food. شو أكلتك? What's your food? The favorite, المفضلة. In the feminine form, because the word أكلة is feminine, so I have to say مفضلة. If I say شو أكلتك المفضل, that would be wrong. It has to be مفضلة with the A sound in the end, which is the T مربوطة, to make مفضل feminine, because the word أكلة is feminine. شو أكلتك المفضلة? If I want to ask a girl, I say شو أكلتك المفضلة. Of course, you can also say أي أكلة بتحبي, or أي أكلة بتفضلي, or أي أكلة بتحب, you like, or أي أكلة بتحبي, you feminine like. So بتحب is you like, masculine. بتحبي, you like, feminine. Or you can say أي أكلة بتحب أكتر شي, the most. أكتر, most. She literally means thing. You're saying most thing. It doesn't mean most thing. It translates as most. أكتر شي. So you can just say أي أكلة بتحب, which food do you like, or أي أكلة بتحب أكتر شي, most, to a girl. أي أكلة بتحب أكتر شي. Thank you very much. Lesson is over. عشتم وعاش لبنان. يلا, who has a question? We're only 3 people left anyways. 4 people. Anyone has a question before I go? This was a very important lesson. I know the text wasn't ideal on the screen. I'm going to keep it in the comment box. When you're watching the live later on, always say out loud with me. And I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Before I go, as usual, I want to remind you. First of all, you can do the 30-day challenge courses. The live courses started, it's been 2 weeks. It's a little late for you to join unless you can do 4 lessons before you do the 5th lesson with us on Monday. So you can do the 30-day challenge courses on your own. They are very, very, very structured, very amazing lessons, like with milestones. It's good to do lessons here and there on social media, but if you're serious about language learning or anything else, you need a course, you need structure, something that takes you from one step to another milestone. So there are 5 available levels of the pre-recorded courses of Lebanese Arabic. You can also get the book, the dialogues book, which is like an amazing, mind-blowing book. Honestly, it's a book that took 4.5 years to write. It's so patiently recorded. It has 30 dialogues, more than 450 tracks, more than 350 tables of conjugation, everything very, very, very slowly recorded with my voice, and then faster with my voice, and now I'm adding voices of other people, so you get used to hearing it from multiple people. Honestly, it's the most mind-blowing resource of any conjugation and dialogues book in Arabic you can ever find in existence. So that's another thing. And I have stories for children, really nice, really inspirational, perfect for you if you're learning Arabic as well, written both in the Arabic script and the Roman alphabet. So you can get a bunch of these, some of these, all of these. And I hope to see you maybe one day in class together. That's it for today. Yalla, good night. It's 1:45 a.m. I have to wake up early in the morning. Joey, you're late. I'm leaving now. By the way, tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. Lebanon time, which is going to be 9:30 London time, I have an interview with MTV. One of them found me on Instagram and they called me. They said they want to interview me. So if you have something like a live, whatever, MTV subscription or something, tune in and watch me. I don't even have it, so I'm going to watch myself later on. Okay, yalla. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you one day in class. Yalla, bye.